Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room if you come in tonight. We're back to talk all things Love is Blind season 9. I'm disappointed. If I can just start it out right here, we'll give our overall thoughts right over here. I am just so disturbed and so aggravated and so annoyed. Now, I've only been literally watching Love is Blind, I think, for 3 seasons. Since season 6, I think that was when my baby was over there with that dragon lady and whatever, but at least then it seemed like, okay, we can cook over here. It was messy slightly, but then you still got some good connections. Y'all know last season I refused to watch because y'all not gonna have me over there. It was dry as hell. I think we watched 1 or 2 episodes in the Discord and it was like, no bueno, we're not going over here. This is not it. And so I was excited. I was like, yes, we're gonna go full throttle. I'm gonna do an upload. We're gonna do a live for season 9 because it's gonna be cooking. I binge watched those 6 episodes yesterday and I was appalled. Do you hear me? I was appalled. I was wonderstruck. I don't even know if that's the right usage, but we're gonna sit it right there. It was a mess. Tyra, overall thoughts. Now, you were a day one Love is Blind girly. Like, you've been watching since the original days. How does this compare, and what were your overall thoughts of season 9 so far?
Girl, I'm flabbergasted. I am flabbergasted out at how far that this show has fallen. And unfortunately, we see this with so many dating shows. Once you get a little peak of popularity, and we're all the way to the point of merchandise, and every time somebody sits down in the season, they got the little Love is Blind cup, then it gets more about ratings. Now, reality TV is going to reality TV. But season 1, Cameron and Lauren and them, there was something so genuine about their approach. And it was refreshing. It kind of took you back to, it gave you the best of both worlds. You got some of the reality of now, and then you went back to something like Blind Date and Matchmaker, where you would be behind the wall trying to
Yeah.
guess who you're going. Like it was something nostalgic about it, and the way that they met, and just a lot of the couples that we got there in maybe those first 2 to 3 seasons, it was so, dare I say, classy. It had a different intent and motive. It's like we're gonna let the chips fall where they may, but we do want to go in this with the intention of people actually finding love, and we get and that's giving them viable options. No, we are not doing that in this season's, and it seems like the couple of seasons before. It's just about what can be the most trashy, most racy, get the people. It's provocative. It gets the people going, and just be a hot ass mess.
Mess.
This was awful. These matches are awful. These people are. You know what? We watch this and we always have like one or two, like maybe something ain't right with that man. Get away from that man. Get away from that woman. Where did they find this person? You knew that this person wasn't a real option for anybody. Why would you bring them on the show? Everybody here is messed up. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And you ain't got nowhere near Love is Blind or any show in general or trying to date, baby, go work on yourself. And you have these people in this cesspool of negativity and nasty blindness. It is disturbing and disgusting, and I hated it so much.
Sure. We're gonna get to it. It was vile. And I mean, and we credit Netflix, especially for a show like Love on the Spectrum, for it not being like exploitive like it could be. This was completely the antithesis to that. I said, oh, y'all knew what you were doing. You intentionally cast it this way. You intentionally produced the show to appear this way. And I have issues, ethical issues with this season, but we'll get into it. Hey, QQ82, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Love you, ladies. Thank you so much for doing this review. We love you back. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And thank you for showing love in the super chat immediately. We love it. And thank y'all for already being in here and dropping down in the chat and saying what's up. But I want to start here, Tyra. I want to go over here because I was overwhelmed with the sense of intentional exploitation, whether it was from Edmond, who we're going to get to. I'm a nice guy. I'm not effing nice a guy. Or if it's internalized racism from multiple people on the cast to just very, just having drugs in the pocket. I mean, there were a lot of things I felt as though people were handpicked because of ratings and because they knew it was going to be super salacious, over the top, and something we couldn't have even fathomed. For God's sake, the man in his promo said he was eating his boogers. Tyra, was this intentional exploitation? And how do you feel about just how it's devolved over the years? Because let everybody else tell it. Season 1, episode 1 of Love is Blind, they were there for a purpose. They really wanted love. They were really there to connect with people. And since then, it's not that.
Yeah, like I said, there's a very genuine spirit about it. There's never going to be something that's just completely untouched on reality TV. We're going to curate and manipulate things and events and maybe pour in people with certain traits that we know aren't desirable and they don't need to be with anyone. But in the end game, we're going to maybe walk away with 3 or 4 couples that are viable and we can see long-term future with, because this is real what they have. That was just for TV. Every single person picked here is just for TV. And that is so messed up. And any of the few people here that maybe came in here with the intent to find love, there are no real options here. I could not believe some of the mess. I don't know what happened last season. I couldn't get through it. We're not even going to deal with a lot of it being so whitewashed that you're not getting any diversity. And I am so sick of seeing what looks to be positive portrayals or people who are prospects in the back. And you're looking like, who's that? Well, why didn't that person get any camera time? And it's like, oh, they probably had common sense. They probably didn't show up and show out and actually came here with positive intentions. The show has just devolved into let's get ratings regardless of whatever anybody's doing. If people link up and don't get married and no couples form towards the end at the altar, then so be it. At least we got, the numbers that we wanted. It's just really bad. If it's not just real options in the back, it's blacks to the back, black men to the back, black women to the back. You don't really see that. People of, I need a formula to change whether because I think we had a lot of, and that these people weren't okay. I've never seen a season where so many people decided to just leave before we even got to dating processes and prospects and weddings and options. People just, I'm just going to leave because I'm not mentally prepared for this. I don't know what the checks and balances are to, we're definitely going to let this person on the show. We need this. Who? There's no way. And we're going to get to, you got to a Joe, you got to a Edmond, you got to the He-Man Asian Haters Club. Because what Asian? Don't put no Asians in my face. I don't want none of that. Are you serious? Where did you find these people? You have to search for these people. These are the bottom of the barrels of, they're lucky. We would never put them on. You put all of those people on, and anybody who had some sense, who had positive intention, in the back. Because you're not going to be on this show. We need ratings. Are you suffering? I feel like this show does well every time. And I think regardless of all the salacious stuff, people champion positivity in real couples. You want somebody to root for. Like, I really hope they both say yes at the end. I want every single one of these people to get the hell away from each other.
Yeah, immediately. There's always disproportionately what seems to be women who are ready and really invested in the process, and then a group of men who are not so much. And they're the ones that get airtime. And people were on the TikTok and they were in my comments talking about, well, that's just the show and they can't show everybody and they can't show everything. They can show who they want to show when they want to show them. We've watched seasons before where people got tons of airtime in the pods and didn't actually make it to coupledom. I think if you wanted to be fair and balanced because you took notes from last season and you wanted a diverse cast, you would have spent time with each of these people as much as you could. And I know you can't get to everyone, but I am sure that more black folks had screen time outside of just Edmond and his divergence. And I'm going to set it right there. I think his portrayal, you guys focusing in on him, caused harm. That's what I feel like, because I feel like he is unhealed from whatever trauma. I'm not a therapist, a licensed anybody in the mental health field, so I can't say for sure, but he's somewhere else. Anybody with ears, eyes, nose, mouth would know that. And the fact that KB is a whole social worker out here and still selected him in the pod spoke volumes to me as well. And I'm just going to sit it right there. Dane, thank you so much for coming through and for your $5 super chat. Well, looky, in my Shanae voice, reading the title, guess I was right about reality shows. Tyra and Ashley, feel free to send me your apologies. You'll never get one. Not about that, Dane. Never.
Well, looky, who's not getting an apology? Because you're not.
Never, Dane. You know us better than that. But let's get on over here. And I want to start with the ones that got away. Over here, we have Anna, Chinese American. I believe she works as a stylist, and she don't like Asian men. All right, she wants a white boy because that's just what she wants and what she likes. So throughout her journey in the pods, she makes a connection with both Patrick, who's half Cambodian, half Chinese, as well as Blake. She and Patrick relate because they both want white people that clearly don't want them back. Over here, we have Blake, who she makes a genuine connection with. He seems to really like her. He likes her so much that when she leaves the house, he said, I ain't got nothing for anybody else. If she left, I'm out of here as well. Anna leaves so abruptly and without a word to anyone. Again, she's got two viable connections in the house. She and Patrick relate on their lack of wanting any Asian person in their dating pool. But she and Blake, I feel like, connected in another way. She even says, had I known Patrick was Asian in the beginning, I wouldn't have even entertained him. He would have been immediately checked off my list. And honestly, from Patrick's purview, that's the same as well. Tyra, talk to me about what you thought about Anna, and were you surprised at her abrupt departure from the experiment?
I was, because if it's too much, or maybe something occurred at home that you had to get back to, the conversation of family and how connected they were and how she doesn't spend any time away. I talk to them every day. This is just a little hard and outside of the norm. That was one thing, but it doesn't look good when it seems like she was just formulating a real connection with Patrick, and it's like, oh, I'm liking an Asian too much. I need to leave. This is taking a toll. I swear that's what it gave. And if we had a circumstance where she gave her ending thoughts on why she needed to leave, and it didn't have to be. It could have been something vague, but just something. But when it was like, yeah, she didn't desire to leave a comment. She just abruptly left. Why? It was like it was insane. It's crazy, spooky, hilarious. This is just too much for me. Today drained me. I like an Asian person. It was so hard for her to swallow that. And the way that we immediately like dismissed the reason, like she was like, "Oh, okay, things about you and your background and what you're telling me are sounding too familiar. Are you Asian?" It's oh God. It was just, this was disturbing. I understand all about, hey, anybody is aligned and allowed to have their preference and their choices, but I think it says a whole lot about your character when you go out of your way to avoid your own ethnicity. Like, it's beyond personality traits, who you are as a person inside. What are you bringing? Are you the same? Oh yeah, you're not even an option. I won't even look your way. It's over there with when we get into fetishizing something or some curiosity, or what are your intentions and why you don't want to deal with your own race. It's like, it gives Mandingo, it gives old school. I'm gonna get that black meat you said I could have. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
out of all this tradition and go over here and do everything outside of it and bring my white boy home, because this has been instilled in us to stay within. And I get that, it's your prerogative, your choice, but this was really disturbing to me. Blake here, Blake, set his intentions as well. And if it's you, it ain't nobody. I don't want nobody. And it was just that. But it's the way that they sit, of course, because Blake did act like, I forgot who he was paired up with, also that was a viable option for him too. But the fact that you didn't even care to give these people a farewell and explanation as to why I'm leaving abruptly, and we thought we were each other's ones. It's just like, yeah, it's disrespectful. Anna was just really scary. It did look like she was warming up to the experience, and really more so, even more than Patrick. Like, we have this, instantaneous, like, it's undeniable, and it's like they couldn't figure out what was so great about it and why they were so drawn. It's really, you don't know why.
Is
I,
it the same
I
person?
I
Yeah.
don't know. This was just really really sad. I wish, and I was even though it came sideways with how biased they were towards each other because you're not what I desire on the street. Um, I was interested in seeing what they could embark on later when they put those biases to the side and really realize it's not about that. I'm having a connection with someone, and it's even better. Maybe, I was missing out on something this entire time, not giving someone a fair shot based on who they were. We couldn't even make it out the pod. So,
Yeah.
eh,
I think I got a slightly different take on why Anna left. And again, we won't know unless and she comes back and explains it, because they said, yeah, the producer, she didn't even leave a note. Nope, she didn't leave a note. She didn't do anything. She was out of there. And I think that she feared that it was getting serious with Patrick. He was
yeah.
acting like it was going to be X, Y, or Z, and he wasn't going to like her aesthetically. Because when they get into that conversation of, you're so hot, you're so hot, that's hot. Like, oh, you're Cambodian and Chinese, that's hot. Oh, you're Chinese, I bet that's hot. How the hell do you think it's hot when y'all don't even date Asian people? Like, it was just so far-fetched and just so out there. I do think that it was about her being self-conscious in the moment. And I'm scared if people like that get together, because it scares me for future generations. So if you guys settle for each other, because you guys have both already said you like them white or not at all, so if you guys get together, how do you raise your children? And everyone who's commenting about being Asian and living on the West Coast in Colorado, who's lacking diversity. We saw it a couple seasons ago in Married at First Sight when they were in Denver. It was lacking, right? But my thing is, you grow up in this space where you say that you're bullied. He goes on with many people, both her and Casey, about the fact that, yeah, because in college, when I was trying to date the white girls, they were like, oh, but you're Asian. Like, oh, you're going to date him? He's Asian. And then now you're on this quest to live up to be good enough, I guess, for this white standard of beauty or handsomeness or a Chad or whatever that looks like. And it's so damn disturbing to me. The internalized racism, the proximity, the desire for proximity to whiteness, it was sickening to me, and it made me question, like, how is this how you were raised? Like, is this the environment you were raised in? Like, culturally, like, your people just didn't tell you, like, no, you're fine and you're beautiful just the way you are. You come from a rich history, a diverse, like, I could go on a tirade about this because I
It
couldn't
was
wrap my head
bad.
around it. It was so bad. It was so bad. And the way that he paused with Casey, like when she asked, okay, well, what is your ethnicity?
What's your background? Um,
Yeah.
like, my
What?
back, me? What?
What?
Are you ashamed? I knew what we were the moment that Patrick was trying to give anything, and we got to Blake, and from whatever he said, she just knew that he was probably a white tea man. That's all she needed to hear, and it was like, "You're so hot. I'm just here for everything." Yes. Oh my God, you're my number one. It's just because you're white. It's like, oh, okay.
Just it's just sickening. It's sickening. Erica, thank you so much, Boo, for the $5 super sticker. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And thank you for going on to the other side and blessing Tyra's page with the $5 super sticker as well. That's, she said, Jesus, this show will make me mad and will, because I was disturbed. And I was honestly sad to see Blake go home, because I honestly thought he was going to be a good option for someone. He was one of the only guys featured that seemed to not have baggage, to really have an awareness of his own identity and what he wanted out of life. And he wasn't on any games. Like, he came in there his authentic self. Now how he left old girl, he ditched her. I mean, it was what it was. I wasn't even so mad at him for that, because I said, well, what he wanted ain't here no more. So he left. But he was one of the good ones, I felt like, and it was sad to see him go. But let's get on over here to the couples, Joe. The couples that made it out. Allie and Anton engaged in episode 1 because we connect, because English is a second language for both of us.
Did you Russian? I'm Russian too.
The- I,
Russian
I'm
baby.
just, yeah, like, you
Last
didn't
time,
you
baby.
didn't know how to speak English when you first. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But now I do. Let's get married. it was just so bizarre. And here's the thing: a lot of people, because I did make a quick video about it, and I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, I had to rewind. I was working, this is on, playing, which is what I normally do with reality TV. It's 45 minutes in, and it's "I love you." I love you too. Will you marry? What? Like, we've seen literally one day and they're like, oh, it's the edit. They just, bumped it up, moved it up. But no, that's not how this works. We need to know these people. We need to understand who they are. Anton gave Predator to me. Alleged. It was very awkward and gross. He reminded me of one of those old sleazy men in nightclubs that stalk women and grab them by the arm and twirl them around to get a full 360. Yes. Can I buy you a drink? He has his chest hair out. I'm disgusted. And I'm like, girl, you're beautiful. Why are you, what? What did he say that was so deep that made you feel anything? But anyway, in the pod, fast, early connection, built on shared immigrant backgrounds, childhood language struggles. They bond quickly and deeply. Allie says, I love you first. Anton proposes, and they leave the pods engaged by the end of the first episode. Eventually, they're in Mexico, and they meet. It's fine. I don't think that she seemed gagged by him. She acts like he's so fine. But apparently, they get Bucky naked in Mexico. Tyra, talk to me about this couple. Does it give steam heat? Did you understand the immediate connection? Because I was like, what?
No. It's always a farce when they have these connections. You like yellow? I like yellow too. We just love each other so much. Are you wearing jeans over there? I'm wearing jeans too. Oh, wait, can I guess something? Yeah, you probably have rings on your finger, don't you? Oh my God, we have so much in common. We should go off and get married immediately. What? The way,
Crazy.
I just wanted a woman, I take care of. You stay at home, you like that, baby. You like that. I was like, oh my God, can you please? Sir, get out of my eardrum. Yeah, she's like, oh my God, yes, I do. I like it. I do. But I was like, what? I was disgusted. I said, what? I said, are you a mail order bride? What is happening? Does
It was
somebody
so
need a
bizarre.
card? What is the rush here? Do somebody need to initial on something? What is the rush here? The instant I love yous that just came out of thin air, and the way that she immediately co-signed, oh yes, I love you too. Oh,
Yes.
oh, that's all right, baby. You're gonna stay at home. And I'm going, oh yes, yes. I was like, is this ASMR? What are they doing? What are they doing here? It was giving telenovela to see Golding. It was, and I know that they were supposed to have this, Russian background, and they had. That's not enough to build a relationship off of. You guys know nothing about each other. You know nothing
Nothing.
about each other. That's why when we seen him, oh my, your hairline is just so thick. Oh yeah, you're so, and he looked back there like, yeah, I can work with this. What are these connections out of thin air? And this breathing over the lava wall. Oh yes, yes, yes. Talk dirty to me type stuff.
Oh God. They all went nasty gutter bucket in these pods this time.
It wasn't even that with them. He barely said anything. It was just, you
He's
like
like,
when
you
I call
like that? You like
you like
that?
that? You like that? Oh yeah, you like that when I call you baby? I was like, oh yes, I do. I
Bro.
like that. I was like, get me out of here. What are you people doing? She didn't look at anybody else as an option. Neither did
No.
him. We have the same, a few similarities in our background. Okay, yeah, that's good enough for
Yeah.
me. Let me put a ring on it. Episode 1. Are you wild? That was crazy to me. I just couldn't believe it. It gave sleazeball. It gave, I'm gonna follow you around the club because I'm about to just drink. It did. I didn't like it, and I wanted to see more from them, personality wise. So I wasn't just left with, oh yeah, you like when I call you baby, don't you? Oh yes, I like it. I'm going to take care of you and the kids, and we're just going. I was like, is
Just
that all you came here for? If it worked for them, fine. But everybody here arrived on a hot den of lust. I was like, what? Have y'all not had any action, any ass? Why is everybody so desperate? And we're
I don't
immediately
know.
talking about sex and what we're gonna do in positions and I can't wait via the wall. We don't even know anything about each other. Nothing.
Nothing at
No,
all.
no,
It's
nothing.
completely
We're talking
superficial.
about sex. I could not believe this. This was very, very quick, and I don't know where this is gonna go because they don't know anything about each other.
Yeah, I hate it, and it didn't get any better in Mexico because all they really focused on was physical intimacy. Like there was no talk of the future or really what kind of person you are, what makes you move, like what motivates you, what are your dreams and aspirations. There's none of that. It's so superficial and really, really hard to watch. I mean, and you know, passion is fine and all of those things, but when passion wears off, what are you left with? That's the concern. But yeah, their in-person reveal, I guess, is whatever. I don't know. She didn't seem to, but she's locked
I
in.
don't, I don't, I don't
Um,
know. I think they were doing what everybody else seems to be doing here. Everybody's watched so many seasons up until this point. It's like they try to get here and ask strategic questions to guess what your body type is, your ethnicity, and what you may look like beyond the wall. So if they hear your voice and hear like certain notations that you're probably attractive and you look good, all of a sudden I got enough information and we gonna propose because I didn't like what I heard. What?
yeah,
It's interesting.
absolutely. It was. It was like that's exactly what it was. Beehive 88, 6 episodes of cringe, and it got worser. That was the thing. It got worse. The pressure is getting worse. Dane C, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. So y'all don't believe in love at first sight. Dane, stop. Tyra,
They don't even watch this. Then you don't even watch this. And I know you don't because you don't like reality TV. This was not a love at first sight situation. You don't even get to see each other on this show. They heard commonalities, the most minor things, and him and the you like that and the baby. It was like she was hot and bothered. I was like, girl, that turned
turned
you on.
on. Excited. Let's get over here to the crackhead energy because I'm not saying the man was on crack because I don't know what substances people use over there. They are in Mexico, but I know liquor. And I know that the way that this man behaved was not liquor. So let me give y'all the 4-1 girl on Madison and Joe. Maddie has a degenerative eye condition, which means inevitably she will be blind. We don't know if it's next year or, 50, 60 years from now, but she does know that at this point there's no cure, there's no therapy for this degenerative eye condition. Cute girl, okay? In Joe's mind, it's cute in the cubbies, it's cute in the pods. They connect again, still a very shallow connection. She does reveal, of course, that she's got this eye condition, and he's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for that. However, Joe also is soon to be unhoused. His lease is up, and he's looking for a new place to stay. Okay, that's strike one. And so they connect, they choose each other. They meet. Immediately, he's not attracted because he believes that she's chunky. So not only is she going blind, but she's also chunky. So she's a chunky blind girl that he's not prepared to. I don't think his living arrangement is that dire that he wants to go down here. Nevertheless, Tyra, they embark on this journey. She's elated. He gets some coochie anyway. Cause hell, I'm here. I'm just so happy to be in Mexico. I'm not happy to be with you. Happy to be in Mexico. Gets there, very much frat boy energy. It was very strange in Mexico. All of the guys, it was very, do you lift, bro? Like it definitely gave all of that. They are there in Mexico having a good old dandy time. She's conversing with everyone. He's like, I'm ready to go. And again, crackhead energy, allegedly, how I feel in my heart of hearts. And it might not, crack is an overarching theme for many different drug classes, okay? A lot of illegal substances in my mind fall under the crack heading. So is it really crack? I don't
Ashley.
know. But everything falls under there because I have to give disclaimers, okay? So, you're typically not my type. You have a very large back. You're much larger than any girl I ever deal with in the past. Mind you, she's probably a cute size 8. She's very cute. It didn't give chunky at all, but that's how he feels. He wants to leave the party early, but she wants to party with her girls. Go ahead, back to the room. She goes back to the room. This man don't know who she is. Oh, what? Who are you? Where did you go? Why are you all dressed up? Sir, we were at a party for 5 hours together this morning. I don't know who you are. Where did you go? Like 4 times. Literally, he says the same thing. She starts spazzing out because what the hell is going on here? Am I being gaslit? Like, you don't know me. You don't know where we were. You don't know where we are. You don't know why I have the clothes on. Next thing I see, this fool is in the mirror singing and dancing to himself. She's outside and he's like, you don't see me? And he's ignoring her. Like he's literally outside the window. She's having a full-on meltdown. This was scary. I know liquor. This is not liquor and sleep deprivation. This is a substance. I don't know what substance. Again, a lot falls under the underarching crack for me. That wasn't just liquor. Tyra, talk to me about Madison and Joe, the whole dynamic, his homelessness, unhousedness, whatever how y'all say it, and the Fenty or whatever it is he's over there. They said he's popping Molly's probably, allegedly.
He was like, "You don't see me? No. What the hell are you doing,
It was weird.
I need people to, and this is why we vet, because if she would have vetted enough, she would have known that he didn't like her. He only liked her beyond. He didn't like her beyond, like, okay, if you're attractive and it's a cute place to stay. The way we set out, we barely put ass to couch. So yeah, my lease is going to be up soon. Yeah. So if there was a prospect of us linking up and being married and husband and wife, could I stay with you? Yeah, I guess. I mean, of course, we're married. So, well, yeah, because that's just something that's important to me. Why? So I just met you. I'm just sitting on the couch to have a get to know you, and you talking about where you gonna lay your head because your lease is up. That was strike one. He didn't share a whole lot. He's not giving any. These people aren't giving anything. These people aren't going through any extraordinary lens to show you that they're interested. But for whatever reason, she sees something because. And I know it's just all attraction, and you like the sound of a voice and this, because Baby Joe was giving nothing. Joe was giving needy. Once they actually saw each other, and it was borderline disgust. It's like, whoa,
Yeah, like, whoa. You're bigger. You're bigger than I thought. You're much bigger.
Where you bringing your big ass to? Excuse me.
I like thin girls. Normally, I like thin women. That's what he said.
It's going to take a moment for me to calculate how I'm gonna readjust to handle all of that. Where this is not even plus size. Like,
no.
If she was over here with them boys, if she just thick, like it's not giving. She's very proportional. Like some damn their own flat, and you acting like this is too much to bear. Who you think picking that up? Girl, I don't want that. I don't do that. But like maybe she can grow on me enough to where whenever that lease comes all the way up and I need a place to lay my head and be a burden, I can go on down there with big Madison. What?
Big Maddie. Big Maddie.
Mind you, not even if that was the case, whatever. Not that. Very attractive, very pretty girl, but he instantly, okay, yeah, this is something I'm going to have to deal with. Everybody here, especially him, there's a mentality of whatever this show can bring to you in your financial circumstances. So eventually, it's just I'm leaving here with something. Mm-hmm. Every connection that you may have had, well, yeah, I'm leaving abruptly. Okay, well, let me go to who I had second. I got to leave here with something. And it's always coded in, I came here for love and I want love. No, you want to make it onto the show and go all the way through. And it's, I'm leaving you with something. When we got on down to Mexico, and he's still going in about how unattractive she is, and I just, mind you, this is all behind, and you giving your commentary. We're not addressing these things to this lady's face. You're acting like it's everything's cool and everything's good, and it's very disturbing to see her fawning and oh my god and yes and damn near giddy all about and with him. Meanwhile, you're feeling some type of way about her body. Weirdo. But that don't stop us from sleeping with her though. We can still do that. That's cool. We don't have any hiccups there. That's okay. Girl, don't gaslight her. No, everybody watching and the people who were there behind those cameras do not gaslight Madison. I was so glad when she was like, "You're scaring me. What the hell is going on?" Because this isn't normal. Baby, you've seen me. We've spent time together this entire time. You come down to the function, I'm ready to go. Go where? Up to the room to do drugs? That's where you're going? Fine. You didn't go hit. You're getting sweaty. You're getting the shakes. Where you going, sir? We get up there. I come wake you up. Same outfit. A couple hours removed. Oh, yeah. Where you been, Penny? Girl, you look all dressed up and ready to go. What do you mean? We've been there and been back. I'm wearing the same thing. You're repetitive in your statements. You're moving sluggish. Girl, whatever you're on, stay off of it. And he's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why are you saying, why are you acting scared of me? Because you're terrifying. Step in. I was like, where's management? Where the show? Where somebody get it? Where's Nick Lacey? I don't know. Get anybody in here. Check his pockets. not
say,
gonna
bring him and Nick in here. Get him in
bring
here.
that's all of them. Bring the asses in here. You're not gonna put me in a compromised position with this shifty ass man. Cause this is just here. We ain't even went home to where he has the prospect to be all down in my house. I don't know, or meet my family. Get this man out of here and check his pockets. If we let certain people through the door, I know y'all ain't check his pockets.
Nope.
Get him out of here. Get him out
And
of here.
clearly didn't do a drug test either, because I don't care what y'all say. That was not just liquor, and that was not sleep deprivation alone. I promise you it's not. I have lived long enough to know crackhead energy when I see it, and the way that you would leave all your boys, even if you don't want Big Back Maddie, according to you, right? Even if you don't want Big Back Maddie down there, you have all your boys that y'all, your bromance, your podcast bros, or whoever they are. You're leaving that early from the party. You have an addiction, sir. Allegedly, in my opinion. Anyway, that's Madison and Joe, y'all. It's a hot, wretched mess. Who are we going to next, y'all? Yeah. Let's go over here. Megan and Jordan. Megan is an elder who has everything in life that she wants. I think they call her Sparkly Megan, something like that. She's got the coin, she's got the money, but she believes females, this is her words, females still need to be in the kitchen cooking that chicken, all right? She believes in traditional gender roles. And, usually she goes for the older guy, and she almost got with 37-year-old man who turned out to be a scammer, allegedly. People on TikTok said that man was a scammer before the show aired. But anyway, she ends up going with Jordan. Jordan is a 29-year-old single father who works one job, okay? Who's got sleeves of body tattoos everywhere, and is every bit of 28 years old and acts every bit of 28 years old. And she acts surprised. They connect. Again, she has another strong connection, which I feel like that was going to be a weird situation anyway. He did not seem like a nice guy to me. So I guess out of the two, if like Tyra says, the theory is I'm leaving here with something, she said the same thing, and Jordan will do, even though I really don't like men that have children, even though he works in a service department, and I'm a tech girly, I can deal with all of that because I love him. After these 5 conversations in the pods. Again, they were initially mismatched. She didn't think it was going to be a vibe. Finds out that his son has type 1 diabetes. She talks about her father who passed. Again, we talk about this a lot, especially when we get into dating reality shows and, how people can connect on basis of trauma or lived experiences. And that's not always a great thing. But they connect, they fall for each other. He proposes. They get to Mexico and they still go hunch, honey. But it's weird because by the end of it, she's already annoyed. You're getting on my nerves, Jordan. Because she's like, I didn't peg you for that. Oh, you're going to peg Anton? You're a pegger? You peg? And she was like, shut up. You're very annoying. You're very much 29 years old. Megan, listen, look at her. Look at her. She's very much an elder. So, Tyra, did you think this was ever going to work? And how do we feel about this connection? No disrespect. I, too, am an elder.
I just wanted to know who did in the back. Who did in the back that you didn't give time to talk to if you thought that these 2 guys were your best options? That other habitual liar, abuser, I'm glad we didn't go with that one. At least we know that Jordan probably gonna lay no hands on you. I don't know. He was a very, very unsupportive character.
Sure you want to do that? Is that your choice?
Is that your choice? Sure. I mean, I'm not gonna hold it against you. Uh-huh. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
That we're talking about the other guy, her other potential mate, who was typically her type. He was established. He said, I know what she needs, that money, and I've got that bag to supply all of her needs. And we were over there with him. But again, alas, she's with Jordan. He's very, like I said, he's just very immature, even to be a father. And now wanting this, I was very curious, I will say, during the pod situation, because we did have a moment where her other match was like, I know things, but I don't feel comfortable saying them, but I know things. Are you sure this is the route you want to go? I know what's best for you. Go ahead, Tyra. I was just filling the space.
Yeah, that was sick. I'm glad we weren't with the mafioso sicko. I don't know. I thought he had the thing on him. Choose your words carefully, Megan. He might pull out the blicky in the love line. This here, we knew that this wasn't going to work. anytime that they have an initial connection, it's just like, well, that's not working. Let me go with the other option that I didn't want anyway. I don't know why age doesn't come into play. Those things matter. And if our commonality is trauma and diabetes and the experiences that, I'm sorry, the experiences that we've had shared around that via his son and her dad, that's not something to lead with. I don't even like when they lead with trauma in these pods. They will literally be there a couple days. But my mom died and she beat me and I was what? That's what you want to share right now? Now, I would think that those would be milestones later on that it's like, oh my God, it's so like a reach that you shared that with me. You didn't have to. I know that we're headed in the right direction. It's like there are no other personality, get to know you, fun, flirty. No, this is on like just
It's too
flirty because
much.
they
Yeah.
take it somewhere else. Your ambitions, your hopes, your dreams, your passion, who you are, like everything, all these other questions, and it's just immediately, my goldfish died, and I just never. Why? This is not a match made in heaven. I think Megan felt like I'm leaving here with something, and so did Jordan. And I don't see them going anywhere if she feels like she's mothering somebody. And I don't know the process here. In the previous seasons of Love is Blind, you would have a couple or two who immediately gets there to Mexico and we get into the sex. But normally you would have people waiting and then we wouldn't really get to the sex until maybe they're cohabitating and
Yeah.
we live, it's immediate. It's like there's an
Baby, what she
expectation.
said, I want to F you and feed you. And what I said, what? She's like, I just can't wait to F you and lay up with you and feed you. I said, what the hell?
It's like the immediate expectation, like that's something we have to do. I'm not getting that, but that was a lot of their conversation too. Oh, I just can't wait. I can't. I was like, what are we doing? The quicker that they separate, the better. Like, don't make us suffer through this. Y'all don't want this, and Megan doesn't want this, and you knew what it was with Jordan before we got here, but y'all were just so blind and independent up on. Oh, I know you have a child that I don't, but yeah, the diabetes things is keeping us close netted, so I'm gonna go off of that, and I want to see you go and get on one knee. Are you insane? I don't know what to do with people.
I don't know either, girl. And I don't know where we go from here because this is a mess. And again, they hook up too. All of these couples smash in Mexico except for one, y'all. Just giving you the heads up on that. They get Bucky naked. She likes his tough tush. But again, he is aggravating to her because he's 28, 29 years old. And I mean,
I like tattoos. It's like, are you fulfilling a fantasy?
girl,
Is
it
this
was.
your bad boy? What are you
She
doing,
said,
ma'am?
she
Ma'am.
said, she said, I can't wait to F him, F him, F him, F him. That's what she wanted. That was her main goal and
Like
desire.
you like
Okay, let's.
your tickle. You like your penis tickled.
It was just very, yeah, very gross, guys, in my opinion. Let's go over here. Let's go to Annie. Annie and Nick. Annie and Nick. Nick, his mama thinks he's gay. All right. And I don't know. He says no. And he had several connections with a bunch of women and love bombed several women. The way everyone he met in there, he said he loved. The one lady, he said, "Let me fight for you. I want to fight for you. I just let me fight for you. I'm a designer watch salesman. Cartier, is that what that is? I got you." So anyway, he and Annie eventually hook up, and I think Annie does hair. He juggles chemistry, of course, with a lot of different women because he got that long, strong game. He thinks he's funny. I mean, it worked on some, it worked on none. He cracked jokes. He's got to be funny. He's got to be that guy. He really vies for attention. And Annie over here had another connection with Brendan, who really seemed to be a genuine dude. Brendan really was cute. He really seemed to be down with the get down. She feels like he only vied or fought for her for 4 minutes, and Nick was applying pressure the whole time. Although Nick was telling other women he loved them, Brendan kept it cute, and he was like, "Listen, you want to go over there, that's fine, but I'm really here for you. I really think this is whatever." Nevertheless, she goes, falls with Nick. Nick proposes. They're there. Their engagement, again, it's messy. And Nick, I think, again, is what Tyra said. He's going to leave here with something. whichever option was going to be better. I think the other girl wasn't giving him as much play as Annie was. It was like, okay, that's cute for now, but let me just fill it out. Let me see. And he said, I'm not waiting. I'm going over here with Annie. She makes me happy. I can take care of you, Annie. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? I got you. We're gonna make it happen. And that's where they're at. I mean, Nick doesn't personally bother me because I feel like his game is so weak. If you fall for it, you just fell because he's nothing new on the block at all. I think Annie liked his status. I think Annie likes what he could probably provide to her. But I don't know. I'm really ambivalent about this one, Tyra. I could give a damn about Annie or Nick. I could really give a damn about any of these couples, if I'm honest. But Tyra, talk to me about Annie and Nick.
What is wrong with these people?
I don't know.
What's wrong with them, girl? The way Nick, this nice guy should finish first syndrome that Nick has, and it's very gaslighty and really abrupt. The way we could just spread the word "I love you" around with no cares in the world, and it's very like, ho, didn't you hear me say I love you? Do what I want you, like do what I deserve because I said I love you. Don't you know I care about you? I will do anything for you. I will fight for you. I love you so much. That means I get to win, right? I'm leaving here with something, right? Because I said I love you. Didn't you hear what I said to you? Girl, this is it. This is a crazy person. This is a crazy person. And then these dingbats. Oh my God! Like,
Oh,
oh,
Nick.
I mean, well, I want to say it to you, but I'm just not sure. Yeah, take your time, but I love you. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what happened to the girls communicating in the back when we can have cross paths of, well, hell, he said the same thing to me. I was waiting for that moment because they're like, well, yeah, it sounds good, but it would just break my heart if you're only saying it to me, right? Yeah, of course. Like, why would I
Yeah.
say, like, if you have to question it, and if you know that there's any other process because you know, even if you overhear and it's like, well, Lord, Nick was just, love bombing me. And it's like, well, oh, what did he say? It's like, well, hell, he said the same thing. And then we let everything take this course. Nobody's talking. I was like, if they put something in the contracts this season, it's like, y'all can't talk or share whatever backstage anymore. Because I noticed that nobody was sharing anything. You always have beef behind with like, oh, we're going after the same person. So if she didn't choose me, that means she chose you. There wasn't a whole lot of that. But the love bombing here was insane. And the whole I'm leaving here with something. Because he wanted the other girl, of course, but she saw through this. Was just like, yeah, I don't know. I can't make a sound decision. And then he's just, oh, well, it's fine. Just know that I love you. It's nothing I wouldn't do for you. And then he goes back in there, hey, babe, with them goddamn flip flops on. Don't you know I love you? I'm going to
You
fight for you. I would show up for you because I'm your man. I'm a
let me
man.
fight for you. Let me
I
fight
was
for you.
like, what is this? The whole, deep personification of I'm going to tell the ladies everything that they want to hear, and I'm going to leave with something, and I have no real intention, and I don't know why we would leave with, you're my mom. She thought I was gay, and I was like, I'm not. Like, we've had enough of the man in these Love Is Blind Street turning out to play for other teams and getting on this show and saying something different. Don't lead with that, Nick. I think Nick is trouble, and she needs to watch her back because Annie's a little out there and she's not paying attention to what's really going on here. Everybody who had like some common sense to go, yeah, something's wrong with this. This is why I can't pour into this person because I don't even think they should be pouring into me like that. You don't really even know me, but you love me. It's like, oh, but he said he loved me. I have to say no. I have to say yes now. I'm obligated to. No, you don't have to do anything just because Nick is presenting himself as a nice guy. Girl,
Go somewhere. Yeah. And he's definitely overcompensating for that. And I would just admonish any person who's dating, young or old, if someone is trying and working this hard, they're battling something internally. And I'm not going to speculate on his sexuality. His mama already did that. But he's got stuff he's definitely got to work out, I believe, before he'd be ready to be in a relationship with anyone. And I base that strictly on his behaviors, on his attitudes, on his love bombing, on the way that he conducts himself, even around the men. It was very peacocking. It was very much like, I need to show that I have money, that I'm this, that I'm that I have these girls on a leash. Like it's problematic, right? Overall and in general. Let's get over here though. And I'm saving kind of the most juicy for the last, but we'll get into these people because this is it. Oh God.
Oh, oh, it's heartbreaking to see this man.
Because Patrick, we talked about Anna earlier, who left earlier, and this is Patrick, and Patrick is the other one who's struggling with internalized racism because I'm not good enough. I want to be Chad. I want to be Bob. I want to be Bill. I want to kind of be anything other than what I am because what I am isn't good enough for these white women that I adore and I love, right? And so, of course, he had a connection with Anna, says he was going to propose to Anna, but he also had this connection with Casey. Casey is a makeup artist who I think needs to go back to the drawing board because I struggled with her makeup. I struggled because she looked like that girl who hadn't washed her face in 6 months, where the skin was starting to peel and very dirt speckled. It was very concerning. It was very concerning that you're a paid makeup artist and your skin looks so brutally rebuffed in those scenes later in the show. No shade. No shade. I don't think she's an ugly girl. But that looked crazy. I was sitting there like, is she dirty? Like, I wanted to brush my screen. I wanted to get my Windex wipes and just fix it,
I thought she was just, how they put that self tanner on. I thought it was some of that.
Oh, well, it was dirt splotchy. Don't do that anymore, and don't do it on national TV. So anyway, Patrick is with Casey, and Casey's talking, and we have these long discussions about, I hate that I'm Asian. Really, I wish I was just a white man because then I could have all of the white women that I ever wanted, and I wouldn't have to worry about a thing. And honestly, I thought this kind of defeats the point of a Love Is Blind when you start talking about ethnicity and race and all of those things. Because what's blind about it if we're going into it with Anyway, so they're talking. He takes 50 million years to even identify who he is after he brings it up, and she's like, "Well, what's wrong with that?" We get into a conversation with Casey about her ex-boyfriend pushing her to go on these dating reality shows, because he wants her to have exposure, maybe a bag for the both of them, which immediately was red flag. He kind of clocks it a little bit, and she said, "I need you to get off my back. I need you to get off my back because that was then, this is now. I don't need his approval for anything. I don't even talk to him anymore. He is my ex-boyfriend." Casey, girl, we don't know and we don't believe it. Anyway, they build this connection. Patrick says that he's so enamored. He finally reveals that he's half Cambodian and half Chinese. And will you love me anyway? Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Patrick. I will love you no matter what because I just love you so much already. Baby, we get to decision day, or not decision day, but the reveal after the proposal. And it was like, oh, okay, that's who you are. 5 minutes later, we're having a conversation. I can't do it. I can't go to Mexico, Patrick. And it's not you. Are you breaking up with me? Are you breaking up with me, Casey? My white queen, are you breaking up with me? Are you breaking? No, I just don't want to go there. No. Edit. Immediately, 45 minutes earlier, yeah, the attraction's just not going to grow. I thought I could do it. Turns out I can't do it. So they leave the situation believing they go together really bad. At least he does. But they're just not going to go on the honeymoon because she can't do TV anymore. He says, I understand, but we're not broken up, right? Casey, I understand, but we're not broken up. So they actually don't even make it to Mexico to party because she can't stand to be touched by this Asian man. And all he wants is her touch and caress. Just say that you love me and that we go together really bad. And I will be a happy, content man like this picture on the screen. Tyra, talk to me about internalized racism of it all. I think what perturbed me so much is the fact that we are in the year of our Lord 2025. And whether you believe in God or not, people were created and they come from all of these different places and every person is beautiful. Their cultural identity is remarkable and it's beautiful and it's what makes us different and it's what makes the world a rainbow. Like, where did y'all grow up? Y'all didn't learn that in school? That your difference is beautiful and that you are wonderful. And, I just makes me want to cry real tears. Like, did you not have Sesame Street? Like, did you not have PBS growing up?
If you sing Reading Rainbow, like what are we going with this?
Reading Rainbow. Because you all are beautiful. Like, there should be no reason on God's green earth in 2025 in America that you don't feel justified in the skin that you're in and that you can't fully embrace your cultural identity. This pisses me off and makes me sad at the same time. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. Reading Rainbow. I can be anything.
Ashley!
Reading Rainbow.
I could not feel for Patrick because he set himself up for this. Casey, against her better efforts, because she tried to hide who she was and what she came here for. And anybody who is signing up and arriving with these barriers, it's like you would want to be here and avoid whatever you were doing on the outside to where you're not married or taken or whatever. Let me get in here and not have bias. She did. It was very clear. Pat Patrick, that was horrific. I was I was like, he
Right.
clearly wasn't, loved or hugged enough as a child, or told, that he was handsome and that you matter, you're good enough, and that I was so sad because I was like, and I think that's why I wanted him to end up with Anna, because at least we kind of knew where we were. I knew, or well, not knew where we were, but we knew that potentially, for good or bad, there was somewhere to go and
Yeah.
something to maybe learn from the experience. We already knew what Casey's expectations were and who she was internally, because like she said, back in, like, it was very back then, they didn't want me, now I'm hot, all these hoes all on me. The hoes on me. I wasn't that girl. I'm this girl now, so I'm definitely not going to settle, especially not for someone who's not attractive. Like, I can't do that. And how shallow she was, maybe in a sense of the TikTok and the boyfriend. And, I just liked the way he looked. And but, I'm not like that anymore. That's not important to me. It is. It is very much so. And he knew it was. That's why we was stuttering to say our ethnicity. That
It's
was
crazy.
ridiculous. The way that man sat there and was, well, he was
Um,
ashamed because he knew that it would be an automatic turn off. So it's like, why would you set yourself up for this type of failure to be turned down? I would think you want to avoid this, even if you like Casey and you didn't even want to entertain Anna because of who she was. Go to someone else. There had to be other
yeah.
options, but he knew in his mind, oh, this is a blonde white woman. I'm
Hmm.
leaving here with something. It's my white woman and I need her now. I'm leaving here with this white woman. So whatever she says, any bells that go off that lets me know that this isn't going to work, and there's even a
Yeah.
possibility that we could get to the end and she could deny me because of who I am and what I look like. I don't want nothing to do with it. No, he's steady going,
Yeah.
digging that hole deep, and child, internalizing every single thing, giving us all of his woes of the world and how I wasn't good enough. But you still keep going. You're a glutton for punishment because you want to be
Hmm.
accepted. So you keep going over here
So
instead of
bad.
going where you're celebrated. Baby, when them doors open, and she was like, oh my god, yeah,
Right.
huh? She couldn't even look this man in the eye. The
No.
way that she kept doing it the whole time after they met, I'm gonna just, if I kiss you hard and long enough, maybe something will connect in my brain to where I can avoid what you actually look like. If I look the other way, if I spin around,
I gotta keep my eyes closed.
down, with my eyes closed, come back and squint a little, he'll look differently to where I'm attracted to him, and then this could
Tyra
work. If I
said if I close my eyes and squeeze my pelvis real tight.
pelvis, he'll feel like the real thing, and it's like, no, it's not happening. But instead of being honest in that moment, yeah, this isn't that, or even how before we got here, she was turned off when he said his ethnicity in the first place.
Yeah.
She knew it wasn't that, but she kept trying to go to show that she didn't have a bias or that she has more growth than she actually presented here on the show. And it's just like, no, well, yeah, this could be whatever. And then when we got there, and it's very apparent that she does not desire you. He said, well, I know definitely it's not because, we're not attracted to each other. That's clearly there. The way that she was throwing all that passion and that little kisses on that man, I was like, girl, get off of that man. And she
No.
couldn't
The
even,
straddle,
like,
the jump up straddle.
just because you couldn't say I'm not attracted to you and I don't want you in that way. I don't desire you. You had no problem saying it off out of his face, off to the side, but you couldn't say that to him, leaving him to think that there's some hope. And this isn't going to do nothing but add to the rest of his trauma with the white women who never wanted me and I've never been good enough since preschool. Sir, why would you set yourself up like this? This was very, 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 very sad. Patrick, no.
It was very sad. And I think that of all of the awards for all of the smexual talk, because there was a ton of it, she takes the cake. Because the way she was trying to get that man riled up after he, told her his ethnicity, oh, I just want it. Oh God, I could just see it. Like oh God. I was like, what are we doing? She took the cake for me because
Oh
why
yeah.
are we doing this and why are we going over here? You really don't, this really isn't what you want, but let me play it up. Let me gas him up. Let me make him
Maybe
feel
what you said
something.
was true about her wanting an opportunity and the things that could develop, from this show. And we've seen people do it. I think she wanted to, and it hurt her that she couldn't commit to this bit. I can't act like I find you attractive. We go off to Mexico. She was like, "Oh my god!" I think everything came flooding in. It's all real. The ring is on my finger. I'm gonna have to go off to Mexico and be near, underneath, and possibly have to. It's like, well, let me kiss on him. Let me kiss him even harder. Maybe it'll. It's like, nope, still ugly. I got to get the hell out of here. Lady, please.
It was. And I mean, but she's the one who went down that rabbit hole. Oh, you're going to be so hot. I just know I'm going to be so attracted to you. I'm going to be so turned on by you. Like, feed him all of that just to break him down because ultimately you knew you didn't want him. And I don't know what she was picturing in her mind because when
Asian
I
man,
saw him, Patrick's not a bad looking guy. Like, he's
he's just
not bad
an
looking.
average, he's an average looking guy. And
Yeah.
he's not a bad looking man at all, but she pictures something, so
But why go on
statuesque.
Love is Blind if you're
She
hyper
pictured
obsessed
one of
with
them
image?
neon, the ones of neon pop demon. She pictured one of them soda pop boys. She thought
Not
one of them was
K-pop
about to
Demon
come out.
Hunter.
Yeah, she said maybe a K-pop demon hunter is about to come out here, and then I can really all that little bias I have because maybe I want me a white man too. But if you looking like that, girl, no, oh
Not with my
my god,
soda pop. She said,
it's not giving
let
my
me see
little
what
soda
it
pop.
is.
He said it is not giving my little soda pop. I cannot make fetch happen with this.
Yes, I guess she was. She was waiting for her K-pop hero, and I guess he didn't fit the bill. I just think if you're this shallow, why go on Love is Blind? The concept is, you're going into this blind and that you're falling in love with someone based on who they are, the person that they are, the personality. I don't know.
If you have this
It's
much internal racism, if you have these internal things going on with you at all, why go on love? Everybody here had some type of complex about themselves in some type of way that didn't make any sense as to why they were here. Down to Patrick, down to Casey, down to everybody, but yet they made it onto the show.
I did. I don't know. Now we're getting over here, y'all. And I'm going to start out and I'm going to play a video,
Oh
a
God.
little clip, a 14-second clip. That's what I'm going to do first because we have Calibria and Edmond, and they are our last and final couple of the season. And I'm going to play this little 14-second video and you watch, okay? And yeah, we'll do that.
As you are, this is me. No way, I can't be Emma. I'm serious. I'm just always the fucking nice guy. Fuck me up. I'm too fucking nice.
I'll play it one more time just for good measure so y'all can just get it in your spirit.
No way, I can't be Emma. I'm serious. I'm just always the fucking nice guy. Fuck me up. I'm too fucking nice.
I'm just effing nice. I'm just too nice. I'm just a nice guy. Okay. Sis, he's a client. We have Calibria over here, who is a social worker and, very much herself. And I liked that Calibria was very authentic feeling to me. I really felt like she was there for the right reasons initially. I thought that she was there for love. I did. I really, really did. Easing on over here to Edmond. Edmond has a storied past. I think they said he's 28, 29 years old, a realtor. He says he has a master's degree. But when I tell you this man was licking and kissing floors, he was having outbursts, emotional tantrums, doing high jumps and kicks with a pick in the back of his head this entire 6 episodes. And it's not just that, because have your own quirkiness, your idiosyncrasies, but this is really the biggest issue I'm taking with the Love is Blind producers and staff. Edmond is clearly not all the way well. Okay, he is not all the way well. That was demonstrated in the promo when he talked about eating his boogies. Okay, he said this voluntarily. No one forced this out of him. He volunteered it. We see him making out with the floor because this is as good as I get. I ain't had a woman in a long time. Okay, we get in here with Calibria, and the first conversation we have, he's oh my god. Breaking down, right? Because he has a troubled past. He was given up. He's been in foster care. So, and I'm not making light of his life. I get it. but baby, I need you to heal. The production is petty and it's dangerous and it was unkind because you make him fodder for public ridicule. Because not only did he do that, he does the clip that I said at the end because she won't give him no coochie. How Calibria gets to a point with Edmond where she says he is husband material. I want him. Got to have him. All he said there was, I want you to have my babies. You gonna have my babies? You gonna have it? Yeah, because I want a woman. I want a wife. I want a woman to connect with. And she said, sign me up. Put me in the game, coach. This is what I want. And when he comes out in his red hot pants, his pick and his floral shirt with his nut huggers on, she says, yes, this is my man. Thank you for the ring. I love it. Let's go to Mexico. Mexico, she says, I'm not giving you no coochie. All right. Say they said it in the pods. We weren't privy to that conversation. Okay. She says, I'm not giving you no coochie till we get married. It's only 4 weeks. You can't wait 4 weeks. But when he finds out that he's the only man that hasn't gotten coochie, he spazzes out. It's because I'm a nice guy. I'm nice. I can't guess my problem. I'm nice. And I can't get no coochie. And I care what everybody thinks. And then to the icing on the cake and the straw that broke this camel's back was, so what you gonna do if somebody put their hands on me? Nothing. Security? He said, you won't do anything? No, I don't fight men. I don't put my hands on men. I don't want no smoke. That's just not who I am. I'm a nice guy. I'm just a nice guy. My issue is he's so infantile and childlike that I don't see how any grown woman would say he is potential. Like after the first conversation in the pods, it would be, no, baby. No, baby. I don't think this is the place for you. I don't think this is the platform. I don't think I'm for you. And if you're the only option, sweetheart, then I'll need to exit stage left. Again, I pray the best for this man. I hope the best for him. But if KB says, I'm going to stick out this process with Edmond, I'm side-eyeing you too. This is a client. This is not your husband. Tyra, talk to me. This ain't nobody's husband right now. Not yet. Maybe one day. He needs help.
Now, I set up because we've been known to let stuff play, especially with these formulaic. We're not too invested in a lot of the couples. So I walked away and came back. I say, oh, this is love on a spectrum. Where is my remote control? Clearly, Netflix jumped to whatever was underneath, and this is love on the spectrum. Or something in the form of that. Because this young man is on someone's spectrum. No, this was Love is Blind. And this was a contested. Okay. I see what this is. I see what you people are trying to do. With all the options and the complaints of blacks to the back, black men to the back, who you chose to put front facing in this show
to feature the only black man they feature.
Only black man. And that's not to say just because he clearly has some traumas that he is not deserving of love or process or to be on a show, but it's a disservice to Edmond above all else because he's just here to be ridiculed and judged. Because people aren't going to get it. Nobody's going to, because this isn't that show. This isn't Love on the Spectrum. This isn't anything of the sort. This is Love is Blind. And we're not going to have any options here unless they are just A-OK people. They're not going to consider anything mentally that may be going on with because it gave me sensory. It gave me students that I have dealt with who do need, a little, and I'm never going to diagnose anybody, but when you have certain babies, I'm like, okay, I know that that's going to be my autistic baby and they're going to require certain details and attention. He's on some form of that spectrum. And the way that you put this man here to embarrass himself.
Yeah.
This was sad. When we're getting into the exploitation narrative in this season, it's the internal, hatred and no Asians allowed in Edmond.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that the fellow contestants are looking at him, like, what the hell is wrong with him? Are you okay? Somebody do something. They might as well have put a damn laugh track in the back. Yeah. This was awful. And I hated that we had him here. And immediately, the moment that he started to speak, his mannerisms, the way that he
No.
has strong, unearthed, unregulated emotions to where he can't even fathom, speaking complete sentences. He's not okay. I was like, Ashley, do something, make it go away. He's not okay. And I'm sitting here and I'm sad. And I'm like, what? Who the hell allowed this? How? How? And then, not only that, he has an option. Cause
Mhm.
KB said, sign me up. Put me in the
Yeah,
game,
the
coach.
game coach. That's what she
I'm
said.
game. She said, I'll love him through it. He's so the way that he is completely unhinged because he hasn't dealt with certain things. I don't feel like he's gotten help with certain things, all the way down to how he presents in dresses. It's very a lot of things when you are on the spectrum, it's about, a formula, doing things in a repetitive sense that works for you. Even
Yeah.
down to his wardrobe, it's hitting all, sensory, the afro, the pick, the touch, and the girl. When he gave her those shoes, all I saw was love on the spectrum. Like, I brought you a gift. They're good for showing
Yeah.
their love and their emotions through that way. And I think that he's been maybe undiagnosed and categorized as, oh, he's a little, but well, Edmond, he's that nice guy. So that moment he got rejected, and I was just always, he couldn't even communicate.
Yeah.
He couldn't. And we have her sitting there with her brother Malcolm glasses on. Well, baby, just communicate. Just
Right.
tell me if she's the what did she say her job was? Social worker that
Social
she
work.
is.
She's a social
She
worker.
would
Yeah.
know that something is going on here. And even if you do know, it's not your job with your future husband to love and fix him through it. That's not what we're doing here. Why would anybody with common sense sign up for that? And then at the same time, it seems like she's having a strong disposition because, oh my God, I have to break certain things down. Oh, this is getting a little childish. Well, why are you interrupting me? Well, why I don't like cook. Open your mouth, like speak. It's like we're sunning him at the same time.
Yeah.
Who? What's wrong with you, sis? What's going on? You want? Oh, she said I'm gonna bring my work home. Okay, cool. Edmund was very sad to watch. I was so concerned, and I was hoping. I was like, Lord, please don't make this. Let this make it past the pots. Please don't let this make it past the pots. It made it past the pots.
It
Once
did.
he, we're eating our boogers. We're kissing. When he made out with the floor, because I ain't had none, ain't seen none in a long time. At least I get to kiss on something. And bare ass floor. And no, the production didn't want to step in.
Mhm.
Nobody. Just like let
Only
it rock.
Brian said he's like, dang, immune system must go crazy. Like you kissing floors, you licking floors.
It's just like let them cameras roll, and you have him get here, and in his own unearthly way, start like trauma dumping, but he can't even fully get these sentences out. But she's connecting and adding dots like, oh my God, yes, baby. He's so vulnerable. The way that he
Yeah, I love
just
a man who can cry. I think
love
you
it.
a real men do cry.
I love you. Yes, baby. All your babies in my belly. Girl, you crazy? Are you crazy? The way that they was letting him frolic around the set. He just a frolicking and a skipping and
Yeah,
a hopping
high
and a
jumps,
jumping.
girl.
Just huh, hey, ha. I
It
was
was a
like,
lot.
it's very like, where are your people? How did you get here? And why didn't anybody step in? It was very
Mhm.
sad. I don't want to see Edmund in this capacity unless it's like a different story of we saw and recognized some things and realized that this wasn't
Got
maybe the
help.
experience for him, and we're going to remove Edmund from production and maybe try some other things or get Edmund
Yeah.
some kind of. No, it's just like let's just let it all play out and be entertained by it. This was sick, and I'm scared to see what the other half of the season has to bring.
Because
Like,
she's not letting them go, even after that outburst on the bed, because that wasn't the final straw for you. Like you were, I was like, who, and it was very much like, well, yeah, I have one night stands, but those are the people I don't care about. The people I care about, I make them wait. So it's because I'm a nice guy, you won't give me any coochie. Like, and then after that, how do you in good conscience give him any coochie anyway? He was so childlike. Like, it was like talking to a kid, in my opinion. That's the way kids have tantrums. Like, the way he exploded on that bed.
That's how
Like,
he presents though. He gave everything. He has no capacity to show up as anybody else but himself. And
yeah,
she still was drawn to it. The way he said, like, oh, well, I wouldn't hurt a fly. I'm non-confrontational. I don't like that. I desire to be accepted. I care about what people think about me. Because I think we have been
yeah,
in situations where we do have people who haven't been in the best places to be diagnosed and get proper help. And they're
yeah,
whispered about and talked about and cast aside. And, oh, we're gonna just throw him in the friend zone because he's nothing viable that I would like to date because something is off about Edmond, and now he feels like we're here and this is my experience and she's accepting me as my all. But yeah, all the other boys are getting some. I want some too, and I'm giving you everything. And it's unhinged because this is still an adult, and it's
yeah.
like he wasn't prepared to hear no. I'm not sleeping with you, but I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you my all. I rubbed your feet. I gave you a gift. That means that you give. It was very transactional. I was like,
Yeah.
this is terrifying. And she's sitting there like, I'm gonna love him through. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not doing that with you because I care enough for us to make it down the aisle. The prospect is for us to make it down there and get married, and then we can embark on that. Not even subjectively worrying about what's going on right now and why you should be wary of who Edmund is and why he's probably not good husband material.
Yeah. And then he can't self-regulate. He can't regulate his emotions. He can't regulate. We see a conversation in Mexico where he's talking about one of the other ladies and her choice. And she's, even then, Edmund, do you want to say it like that? Like, are you sure you want to say it like that? Don't say it like that. And well, yeah, because I feel like she really, really hurt him. Or it really, really hurt him. It really hurt. And I'm just like, no one else is seeing this. Like, we can see it. And again, as a social worker, in the pods, and a lot of people are chiming in and saying, well, she sees him as a project. Maybe she sees him as she can heal him or bring him back. But I'd venture to say, baby, that's not your task and responsibility. And you don't want to go into a marriage with someone that you're having to fix. I don't think he's giving that he is mature enough. Now, some people say this is an act, a farce. They say that this is a manipulation tactic on his part. I don't see that. Somebody called him the Riddler. They were like, "Watch, he's the Riddler," and I said, "The
No.
Riddler."
And the way he sat there and we just couldn't die. And the overindulging in the public displays. And okay,
Yeah.
I give you shoes. Now you give me some. I hug you. I kiss your feet. I rub you. I give you. I love bump you all. Yeah. So that means we go together. It's very childlike sensibilities of what a relationship is and how we get to the sex and how we get to the marriage. And yeah. So it's like now we right. No, we
No,
don't.
baby.
We're not having any sex. I don't know what I do. This is terrifying, and Love is Blind should be ashamed.
They should be, because they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly in the vetting process what they were doing, and they just said, "Let's let it ride." Y'all want some blacks on here? We'll give you some blacks, and that's the attitude that I see. Because last season it was glaringly absent of any diversity, and this season, anyway, I have an issue with it. I take umbrage with this. I don't like it. X-Men superfan Emma Frost, thank you so much for the 5 memberships to the level. The struggle is real. If you guys got a membership and you're in the chat, be sure to send a thank you to X-Men superfan Emma Frost. We appreciate it. Critical says they do get evaluated, but it's just for disclosure, not exclusion. So they're fully aware. I have no doubts the producers and the powers that be in the Love is Blind streets knew exactly his psychological profile, his deficits, the trauma. I'm because he volunteers it to everyone. He's not hiding anything. I just think it's gross. And like I said, to feature the behavior because you knew it was going to be fodder for discussion, I think that's even worse, in my opinion. Thank you so much for the 100 ARS. I came right here after Peacemaker episode ended. I'm catching up. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you. Tyra, any other thoughts on Edmond? I know we got Abbott Elementary in just a few short minutes. And that's the couples, y'all. And that's the season. This is what we're dealing with.
Girl, nothing. This is shameful. I Edmund just really reminded me of, because we do have people like severely towards the end of the spectrum and ones that are not so much, and you see them evolve and, and mature and get the help that they need to where they can have consistent, strong relationships. Edmund needs, more than Love Is Blind is going to provide him. And I don't know what could be unearthed since they said he's the Riddler and it's an act. And in those next episodes, we might get something else. I would like to meet, because we didn't get a whole lot as far as family and, who he has connections to, maybe friends, and maybe see
Yeah.
what they have to say and how we go through that. But I have no faith and desire nothing from any of these. I can't even call these couples. I don't know what these farce relationships are, but Love Is Blind has gone down the drain, and it's very, very sad.
It is. It's extremely sad. And I hate that. Like I said, I've only been watching for a few short seasons, but in these 3 seasons, I've seen it devolve. Like, I'm like, is this even the same show? And it's really disappointing because I enjoyed talking about previous seasons. We had a good time talking about some of the previous seasons in a live format, but it's just very, very bad. But you guys, do not forget that just immediately following this, I believe in like, what,
10 minutes.
12 minutes, something like that, or that 10:05 Eastern Standard Time, we will be talking Abbott Elementary season 5, episode 1 that came out. And yes, Into the Age. Absolutely. That's who she ended up with. Yep, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He's having tantrums to get what he wants. He does the crying to get attention, just like when he cried with the guys. No tears. Beehive, that's what the people are saying. And I think that's what kids do too. They even have that much awareness that if I act this way, I can elicit some sort of attention. He's very attention seeking in this. But again, it's something that they're aware of. I just don't know if this needed to be platformed in this manner to make him subject to what he's going to get in the public eye. And as far as KB, I don't know what about the conversations in the pods made you think to yourself that this is a prime candidate. This is who I want to spend my life with. This is who I want to have babies with.
She said, I can fix him.
There's no way, baby. You ain't got that power. Ain't nobody got that power. But anyway, guys, don't forget, immediately following this, tomorrow night we have Reasonable Doubt, baby, and we got stuff to talk about. Because, oh, Lord, the revelation.
Their Follots was shaking when he was in David.
Listen, Fallout King need to be stopped. Mercedes over there. Oh, gosh. Revelations happen. And then we have a movie we have Fine Men tomorrow night, and we have a movie marathon this Saturday. So be there, be square. We love y'all much. I'm going to give y'all this outro. Please come back for Abbott. It was a good time, and it won't be super, super long. Enjoy. Thank you guys so much for coming through, and we will see y'all in the next video.